Hey gang, this is Randy with Randog 1951. It's July 31st. I brought this GL1500 1994 GOLDWING home just about 3 weeks ago. And I believe I finally got my rear brakes to work. I haven't tested them other than rolled the tire and stepped on the pedal, and it stopped. I rebuilt the master rear cylinder, which is right down behind this little guy. By the way, on my last video, I didn't say what I used, but mainly when you do this, they're either they're millimeters. Anyhow, it's used sockets that are number 10, 12s mostly, and I got 113 in there somewhere. Let's see, I had to take these off. I dropped the headers on both sides. I had to take the saddlebags off, which included loosening the trunk, sliding it back, and I slid the trunk back, and then I was able to take the saddlebags off. There's these wires in there, and if you do it, they're not too bad, but just know that they have to come off. There is a push button inside of the trunk that you push in case you have troubles with getting locked. Let's see what else. Let's see. Okay, the side panels came off. I have rollover or crash bars in the front, protects the engine. That's a real good idea. I had to take the mufflers off. I don't know whether or not this is a onboard pumping device in case you run low. Let's see, in tire air or whatever. Maybe, I suppose you could use it to fill up some inner tubes if you wanted, or if you're camping, you wanted have something between you and the ground, you had an air mattress, you could use that, I suppose. Anyhow, moving right along, the side covers had to come off. There are 3 pieces to the below here, bottom scoop, a middle, and then a protector for the, they have 2 radiators on this bloody thing. I had a 98 Valkyrie, and it had 1, and it was really easy to get to. I loved that Valkyrie. I wish I hadn't sold it. It was the best bike I ever owned. I owned it for 15 years, the longest I've ever owned a bike. No problems with it whatsoever. Let's see. Okay, what I'm trying to do now is take this fairing off so I can get to, there's a small leak somewhere. The seller told me that there was a crack in plastic somewhere. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I'll tell you what, I have the manual. I spent $55 for a manual. Worth it, definitely worth it. However, they don't have any pictures showing taking this bloody thing off. So I did read, if you are a Honda owner, goldwings.com. It's a great site, people helping people. You post your question, what you need to do, and I've had 2 people, I've had 5 people suggest what to do with the rear brakes. I wasn't aware in the beginning that before I got the manual, I started tearing this thing apart. I wasn't aware that this braking system the rear ties into the sitting on the bike looking forward to the left up here, and you bleed the left brake first. Then you bleed the rear, which is, let's see, right there, that little orange cap there, that's a reservoir, the brake reservoir. And anyway, I did it. I pumped and pumped and pumped and pumped. Must have been 1,000, 2,000, 1,000, God only knows, I wasn't counting. But anyway, it was a long time. I tried doing it for 3 days. You know, nothing like the vans and cars I've done in the past. You know, it's easy squeezy, you know, a half hour and you're done. Especially if you have somebody to hold the brake down while you pump it up, and then you bleed it and then shut it and then have them pump it up again. It's a piece of cake. This, not so much. And they built the bike around that little rear cylinder. I'll tell you, what a pain in the ass. Anyhow, I started putting it back together today, last night actually, and I came out today and I put another muffler on, I put some of the tins back on, and I decided, no, I'm going to take care of that little leak, because I see antifreeze coming down, and that's not good. I got to find it, I got to locate it, and while I'm at it, that's where the timing belts are, right there. Got to take that cover off, and I'll check the timing belts. You know, I want to be able to jump on this scooter and go, and not worry about it the way I used to with the Valkyrie. So anyhow, I believe I need to take the mirrors off here. I'm just discovering. I may have read that you take the left one off, but I'm taking both of them off. I'm going to take the windshield off. I don't want it getting messed up. And there's supposed to be about 4 bolts. And I see one up under there. Well, there's one right down there if you can see it. Let's see. Yeah, that one straight. Yeah, right at the tip of my finger. They're there, and there's one identical on the other side. But it's holding. There's this pipe. It's not a pipe, but it's a round enclosed metal connected to this bar, stabilizer bar, we'll call it. And I don't know whether it's the Speedo cable or not, but I don't want to mess with that. Now I see a bolt, something welded. Let's see if I can point it out to you. Right there, where my shadow is of this finger, right there. One there, and then there'd be another one on the other side. And so if I remove the headlight, I've taken a couple screws out. There are 2 Phillips head screws, one there and one there. Anyhow, that's where I'm at. So, if you all have any suggestions, I've looked all over the internet, YouTube. I had some suggestions from a guy from GOLDWING.com. And I believe he's the one that told me about taking the mirror off. I think it was the left mirror as you sit on the bike. So anyhow,